Okay, so all the snow is gone. I see in the top right what's going on. It turned into training. I'm going to go ahead and verify in the store. There are no melting snow options anymore. What is going on? What did EA do in this situation? I know they couldn't have done everybody dry. So let's go ahead and check out what's going on within the Zero Chill. And voila! There are still ways for you guys to use your trophies and use tokens to get your Ghost of Madden players. It's just we have to find out, is it really worth it? Yay or nay? That and more coming up right now. Let's get it. Alright, so we're back, guys, and the Ghost of Madden past, the future, the present, all that good stuff, it is now available using trophies and using tokens. Now, let me explain to you guys simply why this makes a lot of sense. What's going to happen is this, right? I don't want you guys to make a mistake and think that it's cool to get, like, because 8 elite tokens, depending on how many things you have in your binder, could be like a bad move. But this kind of helps because it makes the market a little bit more valued. You know what I'm saying? Let me just explain that, right? The prices of the elite cards that go into making these tokens will now be raised. So in doing this, EA is going to not only benefit themselves, it's going to benefit us that have a lot of things in our binder, like myself, right? All right, let's take a look. Now, I told you guys that prior to this happening, there are also other additional sets. Like if you wanted to go Iron Man and stuff like that, you could use this. You could use trophies to get like the you know, the random 85 to 87s, things like that, the trophies and the tokens. They've made it so that you're able to use trophies and tokens to be able to get all these things now. All right, so that's actually, in my opinion, pretty good to just give you the option. Obviously, you don't have to go through doing any of this if you don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because the promo's over, and pretty much if you wanted to get rid of certain things using, you know, the token sets and dabbling this and see how much you could make, remember, the snow has been converted to training effective immediately, so you will be getting the same value based on the overall of the players. All right, so just so you know that that is something that I want all of you guys and girls to know, that you can use what you have now and still make a lot of coins. Now, a lot of you guys that listen to me and didn't get rid of a lot of the things out of your binder, you're going to be able to probably dabble in this a little bit with the tokens, because the trophies, in my opinion, it just makes more sense to go after like, it depends though, it depends, because John Madden coach putting 200 in them, especially in Series 4, is a lot. So I have 18 that I'm starting to build up in here. I can easily use this to go and get something right now, or I could just continue to build it up. But this is what I do in order to get a lot of, you know, millions of coins over and over again. I've already made like 4 million coins by doing that set over and over again. You know, I play a lot of head-to-head seasons, do weekend league, etc., things like that go on. So I'm able to get a lot of those trophies. Now that we know that there are options for you to still get those Zero Chill players, that's going to give you a better chance of being able to get those upgrades of those Julio Jones and the other cards like Lane Johnson that, you know, you wouldn't have been able prior to do. Remember, you can't get any limited pulls. All right, there's no limited cards in it. You know, those are all limited time things. So for the cards that are like Randy Moss, Patrick Peterson, stuff like that, if they are limited cards, you're not going to be able to get them. All right. Now, because his card was limited, I believe Patrick Peterson also was limited. You're not going to be able to get those cards through those sets. As far as that goes, you have to, you know, actually buy them or use training points. So with the limiteds, in case you're new to the channel and you're trying to figure out why you can use training for certain cards, but you can't, the limiteds, you're allowed to use training. The other cards, you got to find a way to get them, whichever way you got to do it, bro. EA don't care how you get it. You know what I'm saying? You got to just figure out a way to get it. So now, look, we had an additional Julio Jones and Lane Johnson because we were able, I think we pulled this with the last bit of snow that we had, and we were able to get these cards. Now, let's take a look at what the values are. All right, so he's at 465, and then another idiot has him up for $1 million. All right, this is more than it was by a little bit because it was like in the low fours prior to looking at it. So it didn't really gain that much momentum because a lot of people like myself, I actually thought that EA would just remove the, you know, once they remove the snow option, they would give us no other option. But keep in mind, though, because of the value of the elite tokens now and the cards, people are going to be, you know, those prices are going to go up a little bit. You may be able to get rid of some of your other cards for a lot more coin if you held on to them. Okay, so the minor elites now that go into the elite token sets, you might be able to get something for it. So let's go ahead and check this one with Julio Jones. All right, so he went all the way up to 550. He was at 429. So this being $500,000, this is actually good for me because I got him, you know, pretty much for free. It was just like leftover stuff, and he was at 429. So we can roughly make 100K by just waiting a couple days. Now, the reason that people are going to just, you know, end up buying this card is because Julio Jones is a decent enough card to keep up on the other side of Moss. So if you do have a Randy Moss like I do, 99 speed, 6'4", and stuff like that, this card, people are going to want to power him up to the max. So they're going to be looking for this card. So we've already made 100K off this. The other guy, not so much. Okay, but it's only 2 of him that are available in Lane Johnson. And in my opinion, he's the best right tackle in the game. So I would probably hold off on getting rid of that. So right here, I'm sitting on 1,000,000 coins. All right, just from the you know, the layover from Zero Chill. I told you guys that I would do it, and I would ultimately go from making 800, because that's what it was about to be. After tax, I was going to make roughly 800. Now, if I waited out and just do my thing, I probably would gross closer to 975 to 1,000,000 after tax if I just waited out, even though people have the option to use tokens and get lucky. Some people like myself, if I just want something, I just buy it, bro. Like, I'm not trying to wait around and see what's going on. Oh, it's sunny outside. It's a sign. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to buy what I want. So that's pretty much what it is. So let's check out John Madden, because in the previous video, he was at 700K. All right, so he's rised up a little bit to 725. What does that mean? What that tells me is this, right? One of 2 things are going to happen. People are going to start buying him up at 700K, and then he's probably going to raise back up to about, you know, 800. So we also have this. So we're roughly sitting on 2,000,000 coins just from you know, understanding the game and being able to be patient. Now, the other ones that have been selling earlier, I think the most recent one that sold was at like 700. So we know we're going to at least get that. But if we wait it out a little bit, more people are going to be trying to get it, because you know what's going to happen? When they release the honors cards, right? By the time all the honors are released, a lot of people are going to be very close. Like, not the people that have like theme teams. Some theme teams are already 99 overall, but most of us are going to be able, through the honors program, to be able to get to a 99 overall with the boosted stats from John Madden. So people may start doing that. The issue is, when you buy John Madden, a lot of these people don't realize you still have to go and get trophies to upgrade his slots, which is why I like that EA did it like this. You can't just get the coach and it gives you everything. You have to then put work in, because you can't buy his slots. You got to use the trophies to get it. Maybe EA will do us something, you know, later on in the year to make it so you can use training points to get the additional slots or whatever. But as of right now, you have to use series trophies to unlock the additional slots. Okay, so now that you see, we're sitting on about 2 mil, right? Everything is gone. What should you be doing right now to make the maximum amount of coins now that Zero Chill is ultimately over and we've moved on? This is what I am going to be doing. I'm going to be evaluating the prices of some of the elite cards, the lower end, right? Let's go and take a look at some of the things that are going on. Oh, did they give us a value of this yet, or we still can't? We don't have any option to quick sell these guys? All right, doesn't matter. All right, we're going to put lead the way on him and make my run game just so vicious. All right, so for example, this fat guy right here, Willie Roaf Sandwich. Bro, Willie Roaf Beef Sandwich, right? We're going to go ahead and click on him and see what's going on. All right, so he's at 100K. Now remember, that's pretty decent, because the 90s were in the 80s and stuff like that, so it's going up about 20K. But this doesn't go into elite token sets. So that's just primarily for training points. People are trying to buy that for training. I think the 86 to 87s and the 88s don't go into it, right? I don't think the 88s go into it. This guy's probably like 40K now, right? All right, you're 44. I think it goes to like 86, 87. We're going to go check out the token sets and see if the value for what the cards are right now. What is this guy doing? What is this? One of the free cards they give us? Yeah, come on, bro. Like, yeah, I don't care about all that. Like, get out of my thing. You suck, man. All right, now, guys, okay, hold on. So this guy, Lane Johnson, unless you got a power-up pass, you're going to have to pay for this. So he's at 45K right now. We could probably get rid of him later. All right, now we're going to go look and see what would be the best case scenario for a lot of you guys looking to make come-ups. And, you know, yo, Gmi, I got to make some coins, bro. I'm dead broke. Let's go look at the prices of all these things. Because if you look at what we have a decent amount of, you know, elites that can go into the elite token set. But remember, you're looking at 8 and 9 elite tokens. That's a lot of coins. You know what I'm saying? When you start basing the value on what the actual cards are, you can just sell the cards and make probably the same amount you would use to get one of the cards that you're looking for. Just don't make that mistake, because I often do that as well. I look at the elite token, I'm like, yo, I got them. I can make like 6, 7, 8 of them. But then look, okay, the highest is 86 to 87. So we saw that they're about 40K, 39, whatever, right? We have some of them that we could use here. We have like, you know what I'm saying? But again, you're going to need 9 of these. So let's count it out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, who else could, okay, 6. This guy's a rising star. That's right, 7, 8. Okay, we have exactly 9 that we could use in the set, right? But 9 times 40 is 360K. So that's already for that one section. That's the one section. That's 360K, right? All right, go to the next one. We saw that these were about 20-something K, and then we're going to need another 9 of these. So that's another 180. You see what I'm saying? So to you, EA is not going to give you anything that's not, you know what I'm saying, that they could make out on and just give it to you for free. Especially for, you know, sometimes they mess up and we get off on certain things. Even though I have the amount of stuff to do it, it still doesn't make logical sense because I just showed you right there, you're already at about 500K with the 140 and the 360. So with just these two would make, you know, not even these included, you've already, when you did this 9 times, you've already used 500K. So unless you already had the tokens prior, this doesn't make any sense at all. It makes no sense at all. So what would I suggest that you guys do? I would simply sell the cards. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're already halfway there and you do like I do and you have a lot of you know, gold tokens, because I make gold tokens whenever I get a chance and try to use up some of the stuff. So when you go over to the sets, like you'll see that I have a decent amount of gold tokens. Okay, I actually have 3 already made. But to make the other 8 right here for the Ghost of Madden Past, like, yo, bro, I'm going to tell you right now, like, you start looking at this, it's like, bruh, 8 elite tokens, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, this one is 6. You got to see with the mathematical equations, bro, because I just showed you that, you know, Julio Jones is about 500K, but Lane Johnson, he's at, what, 450, whatever? When you did, like, 6, you're going to be a little bit less, you know, so it's going to always equal out. So whatever makes the most sense for you, that's what you do. If you're looking primarily to just make the coins, I would suggest, in this case, you sell the cards, get your coins, and just buy the card outright. Because, you know, unless you made a come up early on and you just had so many elite tokens just sitting there like a hoarder, you're not going to really make out with the way the value of the market is right now. But you can, however, if you were like me, and I told you guys, that's why I leave a lot of stuff in my binder, I can go through my cards now and just start selling them off at 40K a pop. I go over to quality, I go over to, let's say, 86 to 87, and I start looking through these things. Like even, like the NFL playoff cards, these are like really, really glitchy. Because you see how these are 24K? If you could do this, right? If you can use this as as your basis for the cards, like say I bought all of these 5 right here, right? All of them at the 29, like I bought, okay, it's 5, 8. I bought all of them at this mark, like almost up to 30K. That's 240K. So I would be saving. I would be saving in this aspect of it, okay? And then that would make more sense because remember, the prices of those garbage cards are not going to really raise that much. You see people are buying them now because they're probably trying to, you know, finish up a couple sets. Then when you start going to like the legend sets and you see like this guy is 25, it's not really that expensive as like, you know, the way I just had it before with the 40. You see what I'm saying? It's a little bit lower now. So the 86 or 87s, you can mess around and get them for like 25, whatever like that. But then when you start going down, like the 86 to 87s, then you got to go to the 85, 86s. You start to see what those values are. But remember, these guys that I'm clicking on now, these are like power-up cards. So you can find cheaper versions. Ultimately, I believe that you're going to be playing with the same numbers. So in my best interest, I would just sell them. You know, obviously I wouldn't sell this idiot because he's not going to really make me any coins. I would use him in the NFL playoff set and try to get together to make my Lane Johnson. Not what am I mean, not my right tackle. Zach Martin is what I mean. So that's why I'm actually holding on to him. All right. But you can theoretically, with the amount of coins that you've already accumulated, if you did Fumble Rooski and everything else that we spoke about, you can start playing around with this. And if you already have some things made with your tokens, you can really cash out. You can really, really cash out. Because I know a lot of people are going to be selling all their lower elites, like I will also. All right, so that's just something I wanted to break down to you. The snow, bro, it's not over. Snow is gone, but you have so many other ways to make millions of coins. Please feel free to go to my GmiasWorld homepage on YouTube, subscribe to GmiasWorld Podcast and GmiasWorld Gaming. Follow me at GmiasWorld on Twitter for up-to-date things that are going on, all MUT related. You guys got Facebook, GmiasWorld, and Instagram, GmiasWorld. Let me know if you have any other questions or comments. Secret word of the day Mike Vick. Write that in the comments so I can know that you watched the entire video. Until next time, one love.